Hi everyone, hope you're doing well. Thought I'd do a video on my exotic garden tour UK summer 2025, showing you my garden in its summer peak. So as you can see, the front garden's looking really colourful now. Summer flowering peak, of course. Let's see what we can find. Some aeroplanes going overhead. We've got a Chamaerops humilis palm, which is hardy. Got the agave attenuata, which survived outside last winter. Huge echiums in flower. It's absolutely huge. It's been flower all summer long. That's coming to an end now. Agapanthus is just going over. And got a yucca there. Polygala's been beautiful too. Lovely purple pea-like flowers. And Aeonium Schwarzkopf, that survived outside at the front of the house on the west facing wall. Gazanias have been amazing. They've been going on for weeks and weeks. I need to deadhead these, but they've got a pale orange there, an orange red there, and a yellow one there. Beautiful. Just head on round. Bougainvillea that I bought in April. It's been flowering its socks off for weeks. I'm going to try and overwinter this one here this winter. Got a Caesalpinia Gillesii, which hasn't flowered yet, but beautiful ferny foliage. And a Tibucina, which is now Plerandra, I think it is. That will flower in the next month or so. Schefflera is a house plant, but here it can overwinter outside. This one's absolutely huge, as you can see. Echmea there, done really well. And I've got now a Jasminum polyanthum, which should flower in the winter and spring. So if we just look down there, look at that amazing colour, absolutely stunning. So I got a Lantana from Cornwall this year. I'm not expecting this to survive outside. I might have to bring that in for the winter. Beautiful colours. Hardenbergia violacea, which will have pea-like flowers in the spring and also the winter months. That survived outside, along with this Plumbago capensis from South Africa. Beautiful blue flowers. That did survive outside this winter. I've got another Tibucina. So the petals have dropped on the floor. There's not a flower open today. Pelargonium, which did survive the winter, and amazingly this Bougainvillea, if you look at my earlier videos, you'll see that this did survive the winter amazingly. It dropped all of its leaves in the winter, started growing back on the 7th of May. I gave it a high nitrogen feed to kick it into growth, and then as it's filled the frame up, I've switched over to tomato food to encourage flowering. And look at that, isn't that incredible? An unnamed dahlia there, a Calandra maxima, which hasn't flowered, but this Mandevilla has, which is normally grown as a conservatory plant or a house plant. Look how many flowers are on that. That survived the winter, defoliated completely, but with lots of tomato food. It's flowered really well, again on a west facing wall. Just on the other side we've got this amazing Campsis Madame Galen. This is hardy, so in cold places such as the mainland you need to grow it on a safe facing wall. Here is about 4 feet away from the wall of my house. But this is really hardy and stunning flowers. You can see the yellow-orange tube with the red trumpet. Well, it's just great to have a look at the other, from the other angle. Fantastic. Got Felicia amyloides, Santa Anita from South Africa, and my bird of paradise did flower as well. I just need to plant that in the ground because it's hardy here, it survived the winter. So you can see the spent flowers there next to the agapanthus. Got a grape which I must plant this autumn. This is Black Hamburg, and you can see that it's got a bunch of grapes on, even though it's in a tiny pot, so I'm looking forward to eating those. And we've got a Kentia palm which also survived the winter outside. The books say it needs much higher temperatures, but this has got down to around 0 here, and as you can see, apart from one damaged leaf or a few more that I cut out earlier on, it's absolutely amazing. So just one last look around the front before we head off to the back garden. So compared to my last couple of videos, you'll see that this garden has really grown hugely, especially with the musa or ensetes or bananas. See the lotus banana, hoping that will flower next year, and then the Heniba, Ensete Heniba, and you can see also the huge Montbellardii Ensete. Unfortunately we had some winds which have shredded the leaves, but that's what happens even in the tropics, of course. And then the Musa Helen's hybrid is in the corner, the left corner, and then also at the back in the middle is Musa arunchelensis. At the front there's Musa Thompsonii, and again all of these survived the winter. The cordyline Charlie Boy, Pittosporum County Park Dwarf, which is hardy, and then we've got the beautiful Persicaria virginiana there. Gardenia climbs hardy, and Pleobodium fern underneath this magnificent Brasseopsis mitis, which you'll see that I potted up when I was in Birmingham a year or probably 2 years ago now actually, so do have a look at that when I potted that up. Cordyline indivisa, again that survived outside last winter, but the Bilbergia, Fantasia, and these Thai plants or Cordyline terminalis kiwi I have to bring inside for the winter time. Commonly grown on trees in Hawaii, so I'm training them on long stems to try and achieve that in years to come. The spider plant, the Chlorophytum, did survive the winter, and also this cordyline did, of course, and these aroids, that's Xanthosoma sagittifolium, which is, well, I bought it as that survived the winter. So here's the Musa Thompsonii. These new leaves that I've been pushing out recently in the heat, and you can see the reddish undersides and red midrib. Formium there, and cordyline Torbay Dazzler. It's hardy here. Unnamed canna open today with the orange flowers, and my Cycas revoluta or Cycad pushed out some new leaves this year, and that again survived the winter. I've got my Colocasia Wight lava, which I only bought this year. Unfortunately the markings haven't really been produced, but it's still a decorative leaf. And this Musa here, which is Paradisiaca cross Sycamensis, did get cut down to the ground in the winter by the cold, but then bounced back. You can see that I've got a Hedychium gardnerianum in flower, or ginger lily, that did survive the winter. Beautifully fragrant flowers. And then here's that Heniba, which is now much taller than me. That did amazingly survive the winter, which I could not believe. Really desirable and expensive plant. There's the lotus banana, Musella laciocarpa. Canna tropicana and Canna Jaegeriana, which is like a heliconia type, which hasn't flowered yet. And then we'll head on round to the upper level to see the other entities and bananas. So look at the size of that Ensete Montbelliardii. That's got to be 12 feet tall now. Survived the winter, which I was absolutely shocked by. We did have some light frosts here, got down to about -1, maybe -2, and these survived uncovered. The trunk is now easily a foot wide. Curculigo crassipes, that survived the winter. And there's my Musa Helen's hybrid, which is an edible banana, edible fruit. I've been told, so I'm hoping now that will flower and fruit next year, all being well. Again, that's got to be 12 feet tall now with those huge leaves. Had some gladiolus bunfire, they've finished flowering now, but you can see the colour red in them. I need to cut those back now they're finished. Those will survive the winter here. And here's Musa Arunculensis. I did grow the Arunculensis and the Helen's hybrid from seed in 2020, so do look at my videos about how to grow bananas from seed. I'll show you how I did those. But again, hopefully that will flower next summer. Got Tradescantia pallida purple heart, which survived the winter. It dives down to the ground and bounces back with these beautiful purple foliage and the pink flowers, which have just closed up actually in the sunshine, but they should reopen later on. This Alocasia crossodora survived the winter amazingly as well, with the upright elephant ears contrasting with the downward pointing elephant ears of Colocasia esculenta fontanesii, which did survive the winter with its purple black stems, and it's been producing these spaves, these flowers here, which have been scented with papaya, which are absolutely beautiful. I love the way they rock in the breeze. And then finally I've got my Colocasia pink china, which I picked up in Cornwall, and this one's one of the hardier versions of the Colocasia. So you can see here as well, that's also thrown up a spathe or a flower. Beautiful undersize to the leaf and the pink stem. Yeah, so that's it. So just have a glance round the other way. It's looking very jungly, and things have been thriving in this warm summer that we've been having in the UK. So I hope you've enjoyed this video and give you some inspiration in your own gardens, particularly if you live in the south. You can see that the climate is changing and we can grow these amazing things that we could only dream of a decade or two ago. They're doing really well outside now, so do keep on looking at my channel, watch my other videos, and look forward to seeing you soon. Cheers, bye.